Welcome back to Moving to Hampton Roads. My name is David Tortellini, and in this video, I am excited to share with you the neighborhood of Marlbank. This is a wonderful community located just outside of historic Yorktown. Now, this is actually made up of two separate neighborhoods. You have Marlbank Farm and Marlbank Cove, and they really combine to form one neighborhood that is absolutely wonderful. I know you're going to love it. So what we're going to do today is I'm actually going to start off on the map. I'm going to show you York County, show you where Marlbank is located within the community, how close it is to the major work sites like Langley Air Force Base, Fort Eustis, and the Newport News Shipyard, as well as kind of what is around the immediate area. So you know you'll have access to grocery stores, restaurants, all that kind of stuff. Once we're done on the map, we're going to hop in the car and I'm going to drive through the communities and show you everything you need to know about them and just talk to you about the communities, what amenities they have, the types of housing, price points, all that good stuff. And you're really going to finish this video knowing just about everything you need to know about Marlbank. But before we get started, do me a favor and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe. And then, of course, if you're making a move to the area, you can give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email anytime, whether you're moving to Marlbank or anywhere else on the Virginia Peninsula. All right, let's get to it. Alrighty, well, we're here on the map, and what I've already done is I've outlined York County. So a lot of times when we use the term Yorktown, while it may legally be this small area right here, a lot of people use it interchangeably for all of York County, which, as you can see, is quite big. It actually runs all the way up next to City of Williamsburg, so Colonial Williamsburg here, James City County surrounding it. And it runs about 2/3 of the length of Newport News, which does go down to about here, goes down to the shipyard down here, and then you have Hampton, and you have the small town of Poquoson right here. So where we're going to be focusing today is going to be really right outside of Yorktown, because this is all of Marlbank. So that's Marlbank Farms and Marlbank Cove. So Marlbank Cove is going to be this section right here. And then Marlbank Farms is really going to be the rest. And we'll talk more about that. But just zooming out a little bit for a big overview, if you're stationed at Fort Eustis, that's right over here. So very nice. From this neighborhood, you can shoot straight across Fort Eustis Boulevard, be straight to base, or you can head down 17 and get down to Langley Air Force Base, which is down here. Or maybe even if you're at the shipyard, you've got a little bit more of a commute, going to take you 25, 30 minutes depending on traffic, but that's down this way. So those, of course, are our three largest employers in the area. And then, just being about a mile outside of Yorktown. Now, we all know historic Yorktown is where Cornwallis surrendered in 1781, which led to the end of the American Revolution. So it is an amazing place. Yorktown, of course, you have Yorktown, Williamsburg, Colonial Williamsburg, and Jamestown make up the historic triangle. But down here at Yorktown, this is an amazing space to just be right down the street from. If you've never been here, you're going to find really fun, great beaches. Let's see if I can't get us a better view of those real quick. Let's go here. Here we go. You've got these great beaches right here. Super fun. You got the boardwalk that goes all the way down. There's a parking lot way down there. And then this goes for probably, I'd say, at least a mile, all the way up to the American Revolutionary War Museum, which is awesome. And Google got here at a very good time because that's super cool. You don't see that a lot. But then just down here, you've got the beaches, you've got restaurants, like Yorktown Pub has been a staple in the community for ages and ages. There's another kind of taco and burger joint right over here now too. And then I'm going to get us farther down. If you come all the way down to here, which should put us right by all the shopping. There's more shopping this way. You've got Water Street Grill. I think I would live in this restaurant if I lived nearby. Carrot Tree is fantastic and right down the street. or excuse me, right around the corner here. You've got other options, great bookstore here. So there's just so much fun to do. This is a big tourist area, but locals love it just as much. They do a farmer's market I think it's Saturday morning during the summer. So really fun, really great place to be. And obviously it's picturesque and beautiful, and I think if you want to live nearby, this is a great place to do that. So, all right, jumping back out onto the map. Of course, you also have all the historic homes and everything in here too, and all the battlefields. And if you're a history fan, this is a great place to be. So the great thing about this is our neighborhood. You come out onto Old York Hampton Highway, hit Cook Road, and you're there. I mean, it's a 5-minute drive at the most, and you're pretty much in the battlefields in about a minute. So really cool. Then there's just some good, easy things nearby. Food Lion is the largest grocery chain in the region. So you're going to have one of your staple kind of grocery stores here. You got a good little Mexican restaurant. You have an ABC store. So that is where you buy hard alcohol in the state of Virginia. So that's nearby. You got your Starbucks right in here. There's a tropical smoothie in here. You got your fast food joints in the area too. So depending on where you live, you're really going to have pretty good access to everything. You got the golf course right here. Newport News Golf Course has 2 18-hole courses here. And then you're looking at, maybe only about 10 or 12 minutes to Fort Eustis, 15 to Langley, and 25 to 30 to the shipyard. And this is Route 17. That's really all that's going to impact you. 17 can get a little trafficy during the commute hours, but otherwise is a really easy road to get up and down. Pretty much goes all the way through York County and up into Gloucester. So that just at least gives you an idea of where we are, where we're going to be, focusing this tour as we go through Marlbank, and give you an idea of kind of what you'd be nearby and what would be important to you depending on where you live. But it is a little bit out of the way, still near a lot of things, but it's not really right in the thick of things. Like if you were down in the Tab area, if you're down this way, it's a lot more densely populated. Of course, Newport News, much, much, much more densely populated. So that's why I love this community. It's a little out of the way. It's quiet. It's near the historic stuff. It's still convenient to everything. And we're going to talk a whole lot about it right now. So we're going to get started right in Marlbank Cove. So Marlbank Cove is the newer of the two sections, and this part of the neighborhood was built between 1985 and 1995. Now, this is one of the first neighborhoods in York County to really bring that big, beautiful brick, kind of very Williamsburg sort of feel home to York County. So this is a really lovely community. All of these homes are custom built, so you're not going to see two of the same home. And that's one of the things people really love about this neighborhood. You're going to get ranch-style homes next to a very traditional home, next to something that has a bit of a Georgian or a French flair. So there are going to be a lot of different architectural designs throughout Marlbank Cove, and you're going to find just some big, beautiful homes. So in this neighborhood, what you see are homes between about 2,000 and 6,000 square feet. And as we drive around, you'll be able to tell a lot of the difference, but you're also going to get a good amount of single-story homes mixed in with some two-story homes, and some of these two-story homes are also going to have first-floor primary bedrooms if that's what you're looking for. Now, the lot sizes here are a nice size. They're about a ½ acre to 1 acre. So everybody does get a little bit of space without it getting really big. If you're looking for 5 acres, well, you kind of have to get out to the country to go find that. But this section, Marlbank Cove, is about 164 homes, and there is a $67 HOA. Now that helps cover the Marlbank clubhouse. So this is one of the nicest clubhouses in the region. It has the kitchen, it has big open spaces. It does have its own small pool. There's a bigger pool in the community as well that we'll talk about in a minute. And what you're going to get here is you're going to get that extra bonus club. I know the Boy Scouts meet there, and there are a lot of social meetings there, and there's just so much going on in this neighborhood that the clubhouse gets used a lot. And the pool is really just key fob access, so it's really just a smaller, more casual pool, because the other one we'll talk about is really an active pool for everybody. Now, homes in this section have been selling for anywhere between about $600,000 and $900,000, because even the large neighborhood homes in this neighborhood aren't on the water. So Marlbank Cove doesn't really have the waterfront homes that Marlbank Farm does, which we'll talk about when we get over there. So that's why you're actually going to see some prices in here that don't quite break that $1 million mark. Of course, there are some big, beautiful homes in here, so you're still paying what I would consider to be, upwards of luxury pricing for our area. So this is Marlbank Cove, and what we're going to do next is we're going to jump on over to Marlbank Farm. So we're just going to go right down the street. You really can't tell that there's a difference between the neighborhoods until you just kind of notice the change in the architectural style. And then the other big thing you'll notice is that a lot of the lots are more wooded in Marlbank Farms. So when you're in Marlbank Farm, it's technically Marlbank Farm. Nobody calls it that. Everybody calls it Marlbank Farms. So really, when you get in there, you'll start to see some more tree-lined or tree-filled lots, because this part of the neighborhood they started building it in the 1940s. That's really kind of quite a while ago, but they've been building consistently since then. I mean, the last home was built in here in 2022, and we're going to drive by at one point one that's currently under construction, finishing up now in 2025. So there is a huge range in this part of the neighborhood. It's really hard to pinpoint exactly what you can get in Marlbank Farm, because we're going to see homes that range from 1,200 square feet up to over 8,500 square feet. And you can buy a house in here for as little as $400,000, or you can go up lately to about $1.2 million because you have some of the most beautiful waterfront property here. Being on Wormley Creek, you are going to be surrounded by a ton of beautiful riverfront water. So you just get these beautiful lots. And in 2021, a home sold for $1.9 million. Now, that was a 6,000 square foot home that was built in 2014. So it was a pretty new house at the time. Nice, beautiful, big house, sold for $1.9 million. So they can even get higher than the 1.2 that we've been seeing the sales go for lately. You're going to see a little bit different architectural style here, a little bit more of a colonial look, and then you'll also see some mid-century like ranchers in this neighborhood as well. So a little bit different vibe than in the Cove, but they really do come together to form one big neighborhood. And one of the things about Marlbank Farm is there's no HOA. So no HOA here. And then the pool and playgrounds and everything, that's all covered just by like the swim club memberships, basically. So you're really going to get this great community feel, and the swim part is a big part of it. So the other pool that's here, you're going to have the swim club, the Marlbank Mudtoads, go Mudtoads, and they're part of the Greater Peninsula Swimming Association. So swim club here in this neighborhood is huge. So a ton of kids do it, and then even the kids that don't do it competitively still go to the pool and do open swim all the time. It is a big thing here. So I have a friend who lives in the neighborhood, and she was just telling me about how wonderful the community is and how it comes together around the pool. And she's actually even going on vacation with people that she met at the pool. So, this is a kind of neighborhood where if you want to be social and you want to make friends, this is a great place to do that, because there are a lot of people in this neighborhood that are looking for that too. Of course, we live in a day and age where if you want to just stay home and do your own thing, you can absolutely do that too. No harm there. But for anybody looking to be in a community with other people who want to be involved and who really care about each other, this is a good place for that. And it's also kind of a neighborhood, and this is what she told me, where you have some people that are, obviously doing pretty well if you're buying a $1.2 million house, but they're not so caught up in the keeping up with the Joneses aspect of the community and are perfectly happy, driving the older car and just kind of being comfortable in who they are. And I think that is a really great thing about this neighborhood. But, I have some friends and clients here that just, they rant and rave about the neighborhood on a regular basis. So really great neighborhood. Now, Marlbank was originally called Wormley Creek Plantation, and that was actually named in 1837, or they got the name Marlbank in 1837, and then there was also a manor house built, and it's still standing. So Marl Bank is actually the layer of mud, shells, and clay below the surface of the York River, which was used by settlers as construction material. So they called it marl in the whole region, the layer they called Marl Bank. So that's actually how it got its name. So it's pretty neat. It was called Wormley Creek Plantation. Then in the 1830s became Marl Bank. And then when they developed it into a real community, started off with Marlbank Farm and then Marlbank Cove afterward. So thought that was a really cool little piece of history for you. Another great thing about this neighborhood are the schools. So you're looking at 3 of the most highly rated schools in the region. You've got Yorktown Elementary, you have Yorktown Middle, and York High. So those are all stats from niche.com, which is my favorite website for schools. So we're looking at really highly rated schools, A- and 2 A's, great location, great, family-oriented community. The schools, my wife was actually a teacher at Seaford Elementary, which is nearby, had a great experience there. So we do know a lot as a family about the York County school systems, even though our kids didn't go there. But my wife taught there for 3 years, had a great experience, and there's a lot of family involvement. There's a reason the schools are highly rated, and it's mostly because the families care, and that goes a long way. So that's really it. Those are the 2 neighborhoods that make up Marlbank. They are absolutely wonderful. If I moved to York County, this would be at the top of my list for places to live. I live in the Jamestown area of Williamsburg, but I also think this is a great neighborhood for people who think they're looking in Williamsburg, but don't necessarily need to live in Williamsburg. And a lot of times people are relocating here and they're watching these videos and they're trying to get closer to family who are in the area, and they're looking for a really great neighborhood to go to that has that Williamsburg feel. And I think this really fits the bill. So if being right next to Colonial Williamsburg and having some of the Williamsburg amenities right nearby isn't really all that important to you, but you really like the housing styles that you get in a lot of the higher end Williamsburg neighborhoods like Ford's Colony or Settlers Mill, you could really focus on this neighborhood as well, or add it to your search, because you're going to get a lot of that here too. So I think that this neighborhood works for a lot of different people coming from different places. A lot of times when people are searching for homes in the area, the Yorktown area gets a little less noticed and gets a little less traffic than, say, Williamsburg, or specifically the Tab area of York County, which a lot of the military who are coming inbound, they are really focused on. So this is an opportunity for you to kind of go in a slightly different direction, be in an amazing location, get the history stuff, close to some great restaurants, pretty easy to get everywhere from here, and settle into a great neighborhood. All right, so that is really all that I have for you on this neighborhood. I've got a bunch more footage. It's a big neighborhood, so I'm just going to let that keep rolling. We'll play a little bit of music, and we will just keep touring through the neighborhood for another 4 or 5 minutes, and then I will see you again at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you like Marlbank as much as I do. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave those below and I'll reply to them as soon as possible. Now, if you're interested in seeing what's currently for sale in Marlbank, no matter when you watch this video, go down into the description. I'll have a link down there that'll take you back to my website and show you everything that's currently on the market. It's a great place to get started with your home search. If you want some additional information, check out the description again. I'll have a couple of helpful links there as well. Now, of course, I'm here to help you out. So you can give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email anytime. Any questions you have about Marlbank or really the adjacent area, other neighborhoods that may be a great fit for you, definitely feel free to reach out. I really am here to help. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video, share it with anyone else you know who may be moving to the Yorktown area, and subscribe to this channel. My name is David Tortellini. I'm with eXp Realty. Thank you so much for watching.